Hi, I'm Karen Lobrovich, author of Inner Peace, the Soul Self-Remembered. And this is lesson 3 out of that work. The premise of all of this work is that the personality self decisions we make are based in the past. And soul self decisions we choose, are in the present moment. So that's what we're trying to use as a creation for a more peaceful life. So today's topic is how each of us have a path that is unique. We wouldn't want a path exactly the same as someone else's. I mean, our personalities wouldn't allow it, for one thing. We all have our own taste in items around us. We all have our own personality quirks. We all have our own choices and decisions that we make. Even beside another human, they would make a different choice at a certain time in their life, or even choices in the foods that we eat, or the types of the foods, or maybe the vacations we take. Everything creates our path. All these decisions make us unique. Sometimes we think that those around us should be just like us, or that the people that we identify with should be more like us. And when you put yourself in a box like that, you really are limiting your life path. So our personality desires are what create our path. In other words, the choices we make, what we end up doing each day, that is our life path. It isn't necessarily the end point. So it's the pathway. You know, you've heard that the journey is more important than the end of the path, or whatever. And I think that's really important if you're trying to create a more peace-filled life. If you're trying to shift your path into more in a more peaceful direction. We forge our lives, we enrich them, the activities we do, the relationships we build, even the jobs we have, or the vacations we take. All of this enriches our lives. And so what we want to do is focus on, how can I enrich my life in a way that is peace-filled, and use my personality quirks to the fullest of my ability, to use my taste in music to bring me joy, to use my food choices, my art. All of these things create a life path that is influenced by your thoughts. So you want to focus on themes that are in your path. So step back for a moment. You can look at the common themes, the common denominators. What's running through your life as far as setting the tone for your life path? Again, we want to look at it. We don't want to criticize it. We want to just joyfully, lovingly look at our life path, the current one, and make decisions. How can I embellish it in a direction that is more joy-filled for me? Maybe you write things down on a piece of paper. And again, this is just for yourself. It isn't for your whole family and friends, unless, of course, you're all doing a journey together. But look at your path as an experiment, or as an interesting adventure. How can I look at my path? What can I see in it? What can I learn from what I've already done? How can I create something that I'm proud of and that brings me joy moment to moment? Joy and peace, love, all of these words kind of are intermingled. They do have different meanings. However, your personal choice of words are personal just to you. And someone else may say, God-filled or soul self-filled or Jesus-filled or higher self-filled. All of these are talking about a connection that is healthy, that is productive, that is full of joy, full of excitement, curiosity, ways of connecting with a source much more knowledgeable than what we are. And the way we do that, the amount of time we spend in connection or obvious connection, our awareness connection to this source is really important to your path. The uniqueness of your path is based entirely on your previous personality self and soul self decisions. That's why it is so different than everyone else's. That difference gives us texture in our lives. It gives us the opportunity to compare notes with your friends and say, oh wow, I found this to be really interesting and embellished me. And your friend may say, oh, I never thought about that. So in other words, your thoughts, the actions you've done, create your path. And that is the unique part of you. Your friends, your family, the people you don't appreciate in your life may have paths very similar to yours, but there will always be a theme difference, a focused difference in their lives. Now, what you may look back at your life path and say is, wow, at this time of my life I was focused on family. This time of my life I was focused on education. This time of my life I was focused on my job. See, the focuses of your life will change for that whole path. So when you look back at your life path, you don't want to say, ooh, this was bad and this was good and this was this. Just observe. No judgment, no judgment. You need to be your own best friend always, especially when you're looking at a global path of your own or choices that you're making or have made. Be your own best friend so that you can counsel yourself and lovingly do that. Your best friend doesn't nitpick you. Your best friend doesn't judge everything you do. They see you as a whole. They appreciate you as a whole. And that's how we want to do ourselves. We want to look at how we influence our path, how even watching this video is influencing your future path. Your friends may not watch videos like this. Does that mean their path is any less valuable or any less embellished than yours? And no. All it means is their path is unique to yours. You want a unique path. You want to have that joy that is special to you. We're not carbon copies of other people. It's similar to a snowflake. We've all heard this. All snowflakes are differently shaped. I can accept that. Sometimes on the window of the car, you can see that. You look at it and you go, wow, I guess that's for real. But then think this. The path that it chose to fall from the cloud is also unique. Now, that did not make one of those snowflakes more valuable than another. They were influenced by the environment. Maybe a wind came up and fluffed them a different direction. Or maybe it was grapple, and so they weren't able to form the way that they wanted to. Or maybe the way that they formed as grapple was the way that they were intending to do it. You see, we can't judge the snowflakes. They're all different. The way they fall from the cloud is different. It's just like us. I think one of the focuses that we have is that somebody lives a more superior life. Their life path is more superior to mine. And that is a personality self-judgment. That is not a soul self-judgment. In the eyes of our higher power, we are all amazing. Your choices create your life path to bring you joy or to embellish it in a way that you can kind of go, kind of interesting. I'm enjoying myself at this moment. I know some of us think that life has to be rigid and structured and nothing out of context. And that's an idea. Rah, rah, row. That's what you want to do. But those of us that dabble a little here and dabble a little there, that makes it more enjoyable for that individual. We want to celebrate our path as an extension of who we are and what our favorite things to do. All of these influences, our environment, our job influences our life path. Our home environment influences our life path. So how do we celebrate that? How do we take it and find the goodness in it? Look for the themes, the focuses in your life so that you can choose what you want to embellish, what you no longer want to put energy into. Focus on something, that's energy. So if there's something that you choose in your life path that doesn't bring you joy, if you've identified that, look at it with love and light and say, I think I'm going to shift in that area of my life. We'll talk about how to do that. But first we just have to identify what is it that our life path is attaching us to. What is it calling us to that does not bring us joy? Then we'll step back and say, oh, okay, I accept that I've done those choices and this is where I am. Okay. Now I'm going to choose to focus in a new way. And that's all we have to do. Habits step into play, and we'll work on that. But what we want to focus on is the overall theme of our life path and how unique it is, how beautiful it is. Don't focus on the negative things. Look at it as a whole. And then go forward. Love and light to you and your path. And we'll see you in the next video.